Hey YouTube family, it's Libra Finesse here. Hope all is well. Today, let's talk about who are you lying to? Me or yourself? I always hear people say that, and I've said that too, to people who I know have contradicting stories, going and coming. Just going and coming. So I feel, and I ask people all the time, okay, who are you lying to, me or you? If I know the truth and you're trying to argue the truth on me, with me, who are you lying to? And even if you know the truth but you want a different outcome, who are you lying to, me or yourself? A lot of people lie to themselves, and then they get upset when you don't believe the lie that they've trick themselves to believe. It's deep. It runs so freaking deep, and I can't even get into all that, but I've experienced that with people where you know that they're lying. They know that you're lying, they know that they're lying, but they have just created in their mind this illusion to believe the lie. That they created in their mind that the lie is the truth. And granted, everybody arrives at their own truths in their own times. I get it. But don't try to shovel that shit on somebody else who know the truth, who have their own truth. Put it like that. Not necessarily know the truth, but they have their own damn truth. Like, don't shovel your whole pile of shit on me when I didn't just, lay new grass down and put a new garden in and fresh flowers. Don't shovel your shit over here. Keep your truth to yourself in your own environment, pretty much. I was talking with a friend the other day, and he said something that was so mind-blowing, but it was the truth. He was like, niggas will argue with you over nature. Nature is something that we all see when we go outside, whether it be the sun shining, rain, snow, mountains, hills, dirt, flowers, trees. Nature is all around us. And he said a nigga will argue you over nature. And I'm like, wow, they will. You both could be looking up at the sky. Oh, it's a pretty blue sky today. Nah, that sky purple. Okay, in your mind it's probably purple, but me and all the billions of other human beings living on planet Earth, we see the sky as blue. Point blank, period. And it's sad at that point. You can't even argue it. If they come back with a rebuttal, it's like, okay, I'm not even going to argue with you. You see it the way you see it. I see it the way I see it. Obviously, we both have two different truths. And that's your God-given right, is to have the truth that you... That's what our minds are for. Create your own truth. That's fine. But don't get upset when you express that to other people and they're not on board with it. Why? Because they have their own truth. So it comes back to, who are you lying to? Yourself or other people? And I guess, other people probably won't look at it as being a lie, so to say, if it's a truth that they've conjured up in their head. But, okay, let's just say you're talking to Tony, and Tony won $500 off a scratcher 2 months ago. And Tony told you and everybody else, and then now y'all at the barbecue 2 months later, and he's telling other people, yeah, I hit on a scratcher for $1,500. You're like, no, Tony, you told me $500. I even seen the printout. It was $500. No, man, it was $1,500. I hit for $1,500. Okay, that's a lie that Tony is telling to himself and those who don't know any better. But you in your mind are like, oh, this lying motherfucker. He know doggone well. We seen the ticket payout. We seen everything. It said $500. That's the shit I'm talking about. Like, come on, bruh. Like, why are you lying? People, and a lot of people, they'll say, oh, I'm not lying. I'm just, making the story bigger than what it is. That's a lie. If you're making up stuff that didn't even happen, that's a lie. Like, come on now. Let's just put it out there. That's a blatant ass lie. But okay, if you believe in your head that you want $1,500, maybe on your next ticket you'll win $1,500, sweet cheeks. But come on now, why lie? Like, I've been told lies before, and I'm like, why? Why are you lying? And I'm talking about from adults. I'm not even talking about kids, because kids get a straight pass. You get a straight pass. I mean, it's not right. And yeah, there's consequences behind everything. But from an adult, you're looking like, bruh, why are you lying? Why? And people have told me that it's a disease, and I have failed to believe that. I just didn't want to believe that for so long. Like, how could you not telling the truth be a mental disease? Like, be a disease of the body, of the being, of who you are? How is that a disease? It blew my mind for so long when people would say, oh, they can't help it because that's just how they are. It's actually a sickness. I'm like, nah, that's not a sickness. But as time goes on, as time went on, I really started to believe. And after reading, a lot of self-help books and just mental clarity, getting to know mental clarity and reading books about our mental states, it is a sickness. And it's sad. And some people associate it with, okay, I got to create my reality in order for it to come true. Okay, I get that. And that's only to a certain extent. You're not just walking around lying to people like, for instance, I'm single and you got a whole family at home. I'm talking about 3-4 kids, a wife that you done been with 10 years, that type of stuff. Like, you don't fake it till you make it with a whole family in tow with lies like that. You fake it till you make it by creating the life that you want to live by visualization, not shoveling a whole pile of shit on somebody else. Like, those type of lies just get to me, and those seem to be the most frequent of lies told in this day and age. Oh, I'm single. Oh, we just living together. Oh, no, I don't have no kids. I've had people tell me, oh, I have 1 kid, 2 kids, find out they got like 4, 5 kids. And it's like, why? What was the point in that? Like, okay, I get it. We all lie. But lie for a good cause. Lie for something that's going to benefit you. And I'm not saying it's cool to lie, because nobody should lie. But if you're going to do something, is all I'm saying, make it worth it. Make it damn well worth it. Now, to me, it's not cool to lie. I'm not a great liar, so I don't do it, because then you have to remember, oh, what did I say to that person? Like, oh, I saw them a week ago. What did I tell them? I'm not good at that shit. I can't remember what happened yesterday half the time if I don't write it down in my journal. So I'm not saying lie, but when you tell lies like, oh, I'm single, I don't have no kids, oh yeah, I own this restaurant, when you just work there type thing, it's like, why? Did that make you feel good? Now, when reality sets in, how horrible are you going to feel? Because you don't own that restaurant, you do have children, you are not single. How horrible are you going to feel if you feel anything at all? Compulsive liars, narcissists, it's been talked about that they don't feel anything at all. They feel like, okay, and moving right along. Next victim. You don't want to deal with it? Next victim. Okay, to each his own, but it's just sad for the people who come in their paths, for the people who do fall for them, or the people who do, call themselves liking them. And they have built a whole world, a whole community of lies. And it all comes out. It all does. I've had people tell me lies, and then like weeks later, they'll tell a story, which is a lie. And then they'll tell another story. They'll tell that same story, but add it, or, taking things. You start subtracting and adding shit. And you're like, okay, that's a lie, because you told me last week that it was this, but now you're saying this. And then when you call them on it, no, I admit this. Okay, but you said this. It's like, how do you call people out on their lies? I have been guilty of just sitting there like, okay, I'll know you're lying, and I just won't even say anything for the sake of not arguing. Just like, okay, yep, I know he lying. And even if I don't call you out on it, I'm looking at you different at that point. I'm like, wow, this person's a full-fledged liar. Like, it's not we getting our feet wet. We on the tip of something. We fully engulfed in the shit at this point. Okay, I see how you living. I don't want to live like that. Moving right along. And it's sad because people will get mad at you because you don't want to go along with their lies. They created a whole lifeline of lies. I mean, a whole lifeline of lies. And when you have had enough, because some people go along with it. I'm guilty of it. I went along with it. But when you have had enough and you're like, no, I don't want to, it's just not appealing. And it's getting worse. Not that it was ever appealing in the first place, but sometimes, like I said, we look past things. We need to stop doing that. we have to start addressing things full-fledged, full-on, in the beginning, in the middle, wherever they occur, address them. But if you don't, like me, I haven't addressed things and I'll let it go, and then as time goes on, I'll just remove myself from a situation, a lot of times with no explanation. But if an explanation is warranted, I'll damn sure give them the truth. Like, you lied too much, bruh. You lie too much. I don't want to keep dealing with that. I love listening to stories, and, when people get to drinking, they got a whole Holodex full of stories. And I love listening to it. But I don't like listening to it if it changes every time you tell it. Like, what's the real version of it at that point? Like, damn, give me some truth, some insight somewhere. I don't want to keep hearing. That's like watching a movie 3 and 4 times and it change every time. Nah, come on now. What's the realness in it? Where's the authenticity in it? Where is that at? Because I'm not seeing it. Like I said, I'm the type, I'll deal with stuff and then I'll just politely remove myself from that situation. Like, this ain't working no more. This is not gonna work. So it's been real. Dap it up, pound. Let's move forward. Let's move forward in opposite directions. I'm sorry. Let's move forward. You go where you going. I'm gonna go where I'm going, but it's totally opposite directions, because a liar is a liar is a liar is a liar. And it's sad. I've told lies before. I really try not to. Moving forward, like now in my adult teen years, in my 30s, I really do my best not to lie about anything. Like I said before, when it's girls' night out, this happened to me like a month ago. Getting ready to go out with my girls. I'm not the most punctual person. Everybody will tell you. So my girls will call, hey, where you at? We on our way. We like 10 minutes out. Granted, I might live 30 minutes away from the place. Oh, I'm getting on the freeway right now. I'm just pulling out the garage. That's a lie. But that's the extent of my lies. Does it make it right? No, not at all. Because a lie is a lie is a lie is a lie. But I don't have a snowball effect of lies. I don't have an avalanche of lies. Okay, I'll tell that one isolated lie and move forward. And that's not every time that we go out. That's like if I know that I'm running late and I don't want them to get upset with me. No, it doesn't make it right. You don't lie to your friends. But moving forward, I'm really addressing the huge lies, the lies that are ongoing, the lies that a person has really believed in their head, they put together in their head, and they believe it, and now they want you to believe it. They want you to go along with it. And it's hard to go along with someone else's lie because you're not living that life. You're not walking in their shoes. So it's like, how can I go along with this? Like, am I okay being lied to? No, not at all. Have I went along with it? Yeah, but now it's just getting tiresome because it's something new all the time. It's a different story all the time. It's like, when does your story have any authenticity? When is it real? And only that person can answer that. But they're not going to answer that because they feel everything that they say is real. Their lies are real. And my mom said this to me years ago. She's like, I would be afraid of a person like that can just lie. Everything's a lie. Just where I live is a lie. Where I work is a lie. Where I was born was a lie. My hometown is a lie. Everything is a lie. My kids are a lie. Everything is a lie. That is scary because you never get to know that person. Does that person even know that person at that point? If you're lying like that, if your whole life is a lie, do you even know yourself at that point? That's some scary shit. That is some scary shit. Like, if you don't know yourself and I'm trying to get to know you, guess who I'm getting to know? The bullshit. The straight fuck shit. I'm getting to know someone who doesn't even believe in themselves. Because if you did, you wouldn't lie as often as you do. You wouldn't have created this whole facade for me to latch on to, fall in love with, like, adore, whatever you want to call it. If you knew yourself, you wouldn't have even created that. So you created some bullshit and you expect me to go along with it and believe it when I'm over here living in my truth? It sucks too, because if you don't do your I Spy investigation work, which I've had to do before, but if you don't have the intuitiveness, the know-how, the to do the I Spy investigation work that you need to, you'll be sucked into them lies. And years will go by. And when the truth finally comes out, you're devastated, you're crushed, you're shocked. You become, hell, some people, when they go through trauma like that, they become numb. And that's not healthy. So we have to think of our overall health. Who are you lying to? Are you lying to yourself or are you lying to others? And if it's both, because if you're lying to yourself, you're lying to others because the lies that you believe you're telling other people. It's both in that case, you're lying to yourself and others, you need to do some soul searching. You really need to get within yourself and say, hey, why am I lying? Why? Because I don't accept myself. To me, that's what it is. If you have to lie about where you work, where you live, what you've been through, how you make your living, what your hustle is, if you have to lie about that, you are not comfortable within yourself. You have not accepted yourself. Let me say that. And who you are, where you're going, you haven't accepted that. Maybe because you ain't going nowhere. That if you haven't accepted yourself and where you're going and what you are, what you have accomplished up to this point, whatever age you are, you haven't accepted yourself. And that's really sad. Like, we have to accept ourselves. We have to accept our shortcomings. We have to accept our pitfalls. We have to accept the rejection that we go through in life. We have to accept the good things that happen to us in life. We try to really when good things happen, I really try to just live on it, stay on it, stand on it. But we have to accept all of that in life. And if you haven't accepted that, who you are, maybe that's the reason you're lying and you've created this facade for everybody to believe, but that's not going to work because the person that has fell for you, has loved you, adored you, whatever the case may be, they fell in love with some bullshit. They fell in love with some lies. And then how do you recover from that? There's really no recovery for that. It's just walking off and then picking yourself back up, getting yourself together. I'm talking about the person that's on the receiving end, not the giving end. Giving end, you got to get it together. You got to find yourself, love yourself, know yourself. And that's why I say ask questions early on. I'll ask the same question in different ways just to see how that person's going to answer it. That will let me know if you're lying. We have to get to the root of things. We have to get to know people. Even if that person doesn't know themselves, you can get to know them by just doing your work. Hell, every woman wants to know the inmost thoughts of a man. Will he share that with her? No, not a lot of times. But if you're lucky enough to get it, listen, pay attention to everything. And even if you have somebody in your life that is not the most forthcoming, they're not the most definitive when it comes to their emotions, pay attention to everything. Because people, they may not speak it, but they'll express it in actions. And like we say, actions always speak louder than words. Actions scream. They scream. And it sucks because sometimes, you'll do something that you don't mean and people will look like, okay. But if it's not a habit, I look at patterns. Okay, if you fuck up one time, okay, 2 times maybe, okay, we'll get past that. But if you make a pattern and it turns into a habit, then we have a problem. And a lot of times that's where things start. Okay, some people will be like, okay, I got away with it once, I'm going to do it again. Got away with another time, I'm going to do it again. Okay, this is just my rhythm at this point. This is just how I operate on lies. And it's sad because nobody's going to come, hey, my name is Joey. I'm a liar. I lie about every goddamn thing. I don't even care who I lie to. I lie to myself. I lie to my mama. I lie to my kids. Nobody's going to sit down and just tell you that. Even though they know it in their head, I've been told so many times, men process things way different than women, and women process things way different than men. Now, I'm not just saying men are liars, because women will, they'll tell some hellified lies too. It's all in the character of person you are. It's all into the type of person that you are. So we can't just say liars are gender specific, because they're not. Women lie too. I feel like most women, the lies aren't as intense as men. But hell, we got some ain't shit ass women out there that will tell a bold-faced lie over and over and over again because it's working for her. And when it stops working, next victim. When it stops working, next victim. And the pattern just goes on and on and on until it just turns into a habit of lying. And it's really sad. But those people are out there, so you got to watch your back, your front, your side, watch your bottom. You got to watch your whole surroundings. You have to watch yourself because it drains you. I've experienced that, dealing with a person like that. It just drained my energy because I'm like, geez, another lie. And even when they are telling the truth, it's hard to believe it because it's like, damn, you didn't lie so fucking much. Do you even know what the truth is? And it's sad because I've dealt with a person who's lied, and when he was telling the truth and was able to prove it to me, I'm like, ooh, dang, okay, gold star on the board for you. Like, he was looking at it like, oh, boom, in your face, bust your bubble. No, we're going to put a gold star next to your name. You have 12 more to go before you get a prize. Okay, like, stop acting like that one time you told the truth just moved mountains. No, it didn't. Okay, woo, you told the truth once out of 32. Come on now. But it does have its effects. Like, it did make me feel for a second like, dang, okay, he was telling the truth. But I quickly snapped out of it because I'm like, okay, I didn't believe you based on your prior actions. Like, it's not like we just met and I'm like, I don't believe shit you say, blah, blah, blah. No, it was, I didn't believe you because of the things that you have previously done. Okay, you did one good thing for the week. This is only Monday, Jimmy. We still have the whole quarter to go before report cards come out, buddy. Like, come on now, let's get real. So, and when I say get real with yourself. Get real with the people around you. And again, I'm not condoning lies, but I'm not saying I'm perfect either, that I've never told a lie. That would be complete bullshit. I've told lies before. Do I make a habit of it? Hell no, because the shit is hard to keep up with. Hats off to the people that can keep up with it, but when the shit blow up, when it all fall down, it sucks for you. It really does, because I've seen people lose out a good person in their life because they've lied. Like, that person was down for them. That person was there. That person was ready to ride with them. And you just missed out on a good thing because you couldn't get it together. Like, I would appreciate somebody coming to me and be like, babe, okay, let me just sit you down. I've been lying about X, Y, and Z. Am I going to leave? More than likely. It depends on how far into things we are. And if we're not too far into things, I'm going to give you that chance to show me that you're apologetic. Not you're sorry, but you're apologetic. Show me in your actions that, okay, I'm working on, I fucked up in the past. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm working on not doing it anymore. You might fuck up every now and then. I get it, but we're not making a habit of it anymore. And that's what we have to notice. Pay attention to patterns. They turn into habits, and they just snowball and spiral out of control. At that point, it's Libra Finesse here. Take care of yourself, you guys. Share your mind with me in the comments below. Let me know the type of people you've experienced, the type of lies that you have had to live through in the comments below. Let me know. It's Libra Finesse. Take care.